My mum is hey, she's the one, man. She's the queen. My mum told me this, right? My mum told me, I send you to school to learn, right? If you get in trouble when you get to school, you're gonna get in trouble when you get home, right? If I went to school and I misbehaved and I got in trouble, I'd get home and I'd be in more trouble. But if I went to school and something went wrong and I didn't cause it, she would defend me with her life.
Yeah, I agree that I've had very similar experience to Chev, and I think it's humbled me as a person that they've raised me with them kind of morals. And
boxing's not an easy sport, and to get up and go out and run every morning and to be consistently doing it, even on days when you don't feel like doing it. I'm sure there was days when she did not feel like going to work. Do you know what I mean? To provide for to leave her kids and her family at work at home, just like most people. But she went out and she did it, and just seeing that how she worked hard makes me want to work hard and provide for her and myself and our future family.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, even to top up on that, my dad came from Jamaica, like Chev, and he didn't have much, and came, and ever since he came to England, he just worked hard to have what he wanted, and he even said that I would make sure that you have everything I didn't have, and he's worked so hard. You've got to give thanks, because not everybody has that kind of level of support. So I feel like we can both put hands up and say we're very blessed in the way that we've been raised.
And just to touch on what you said about working, I mean, for example, the Windrush people, they took on a journey. They left their family, their friends at home, a land that they were comfortable with, to come. They were invited actually by the House of Parliament to come and help rebuild the country after the Second World War. So for them to take up that journey and come here and to try and find a better life for their future family and family at home, it must have been a daunting experience. So you have to put respect on their name and their legacy and do great.
Yeah, when you see a generation like that, it has to be inspiring. And I feel for us as young Black people on this earth, we have to do them some justice for the hard work and sacrifice that they made. Do you know what I mean? Because they're a part of the reason why we have a great country like we do now in England and the UK. Do you know what I mean? So if we have to carry on that legacy, and we have to work hard to represent that, that they didn't just come over here for nothing, and we can keep their name alive and make people aware of the fantastic work that they did over here. Firstly, being part of Team England, and then obviously being integrated into the village and around people that you wasn't reminded of the colour of your skin. Everyone was just so amazed to find out about each other and each other's sports and each other's journeys and each other's grinds. And I even laughed like that, how amazing like the African nations look at the opening ceremony, like in the traditional dress and the way that everyone looks, and the Islanders and like the Caribbeans came out in carnival dress. And I'm saying next, definitely for Birmingham 2022, we need to step up our game. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I didn't feel. And I feel like Team England in itself was very diverse. Like if you look at the people that competed for England, at the Commonwealth Games, we all was a very diverse team. And I think, especially some sports, I know especially like boxing, athletics, weightlifting, a couple of other sports, we integrated so well, like in terms of like, we would chill together. We'd sit and chat like we'd known each other forever, and we only met each other like a week ago or whatever. And, I feel like the Commonwealth Games is a beautiful representation of bringing cultures and different people and different journeys together. And it was amazing to spend so time with so many different people from different walks of life. And yeah, definitely a special thing we've created with the Commonwealth Games. I don't know how you feel about that, Chev.
I personally think I'm going to compare the Commonwealth Games to the spice of life. Because there's so much spice in there in terms of cultures, different people, different shades, different colours. And not just at the games, but in our team. There was so much colour, so much culture on the way to that plane. We're all England, part of Team England, and it was just great to be a part of such, I'd say, such a spectacle. Because, as you said, when you're there, you're speaking to people from different cultures, and we're all there on a moral ground, a moral compass that we've all worked hard, we've all sacrificed, and there was just no skin color seen. There was no, it was just all for one and one for all, really. And it was just a fantastic combination of hard work and beautiful people together, creating a spectacle of the Commonwealth Games.
I believe it's important to have a calendar month to highlight, amazing things that are going on in the Black community, to, tell proper Black history and educate people in the best way possible. But then I also find it hard that we just have 1 month of the year that, celebrates Black people. I believe, to be fair, this Black History Month has been a little bit different. I feel with the events of the pandemic and the protests and whatnot has opened the people's eyes a little bit more to, wanting to be more educated and wanting to learn more and wanting to have that, that willingness, like, because people actually want to listen to people's stories now, and people actually want to be a part of it. So I feel like this Black History Month has been great, and especially doing things like this has been better, because it's shown that there's a celebration, like it's a happy thing, but then also we're not to forget about the history again, touching on the Windrush and whatnot, but for history to be told properly. And yeah, I mean, I'll let Chev add, because I know that he's probably going to have some words of wisdom to add to that. But yeah, that's kind of my stance on it, that I'm not saying we should get rid of it. I think it's an amazing thing to have a month, but let's make the month impact the rest of the time, not just October.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I'd like to start my statement by saying a quotation of Marcus Garvey. And he said, "A people without knowledge of their past history, origin, culture is like a tree without no root." Now, I think it's great having a month, but I think it should be an all year round thing. And that comes back to the educational system. Put it in the educational system. If you start off in school, then you wouldn't need just a month to just ram all of the beautiful things that Black folks have contributed to for our history. But yeah, I think it's great. And again, as Emily said, with the pandemic and all the protests and everything that's gone on, I think it's opened up the conversations, which is what we need. So yeah, the conversation has started, and I'm sure it will get better and people will learn more. But we're on the way.